Hello, lovely friends. How are we all? I wanted to give a little bit of an update and kind of just tap into some things that have been happening within and without. And so, if you have been experiencing a sort of rebirth at this time, if you haven't been experiencing where your external world has been feeling as if it's been collapsing in some way, or that the old foundation of what you once relied on, the old way that you used to do things is not working. Also, if you are feeling like the way that you connect with people, relationships, if those people are dissolving and falling away, if you feel like you're reverting back to old behaviors, guess what? You're not falling behind. You are not going backwards. You are actually, your internal work is allowing for the external excavation to happen. What does that mean? When we do the internal reworking, the undoing, the unlearning, the deprogramming, the deconstructing, when we do those things and we really shift the way that we perceive the world and that we perceive ourselves, our external world then needs to adjust to meet our inner reality. Okay, so for instance, for me, I am currently experiencing relationship dynamics that I have not been a part of or participated in years. It's very destructive. What I am seeing about this is because the amount of inner work and growth that I had over the past year was so significant that this person and specific situation is coming to forefront because I have not completely dealt with this person and relationship. It is coming to light in the ways that I've held myself back into actually blooming into this being that I have already reworked the inner stuff. So simply, I am being shown the ways in which I am no longer aligned with these actions, and the resistance is real. However, I get to see those ways and those stories that I told myself in the past, and I get to understand why I had continued to choose these cycles myself. So now I have seen that this has actually been a very significant pattern for a lot of people, where things that we once put a false foundation and a false sense of security on are no longer we're not able to buy into the falseness anymore. And so our authentic self is now aligning with our version of our current reality. Our current reality is now aligning to our most authentic self. So what I'm saying is that you may feel like you are in between one world and the next, and the old you and the new you, and oscillating somewhere between those two. And that is what we would call temperance, because it is not a one transition from the old you to the new you. It is a continuous illumination of cycles and repeated patterns, and ways that we can temper out the energies from past experiences into the new experiences that we are wanting to have. So what this is really showing us and allowing for us is to really gain more clarity into where our next direction is, and actually clarity into surrendering and trusting into the divine universal order. It may not be what you prefer in this moment, but I do trust and know that this may be exactly what I need, not what I want. And I feel that is really where we can tend to get caught up sometimes, is because it's uncomfortable that we think that it's not good for us. And that is not true. Typically, when it's uncomfortable, it's showing, it can be and point to signs of where we're actually becoming more in alignment, or we are being shown what isn't in alignment with our true and most genuine self. So if you've been experiencing this for the past couple months, because for me it's been about 2 months where I've been in this amazing roller coaster of life and feelings and emotions, I'm able to actually look back and see like how this pattern has actually played a significant role in keeping me in a container of sorts for the past year, where I have not really I have felt very blocked, but it's because these patterns I had not been able to see yet, and I have not been able to see how this relationship was keeping me in a holding cell. And so anything that is wanting to be removed from this time in your life is probably similar to that. It probably has been keeping you in a seemingly safe space for your previous version of self. The new version of self is calling for a more fearless and understanding and also trusting version of self, where you allow for things to just fall away. It can be scary, absolutely, and that's okay too. The fear shows us what we find to be important, is actually a tool, can be a navigational tool to show us where we need to direct our focus and where we can learn how to let go of things that are no longer relevant to us.